Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Jeff Parker here who's going to talk to us about some updates that are going on. Well, Jeff, thanks for joining us again.
Hey, good morning to you.
We're just really getting used to this, huh?
This is getting regular basis. I like it, though. I appreciate it.
Good. Well, thank you for joining us again. And I know you've got some good stuff. We're going to start with Board of Supervisors had a meeting, or they did something yesterday.
Yeah, they had a meeting, and there's a couple interesting facts that I wanted to talk about. First was talking about masks, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more, but they mandated for essential services out there, such as restaurants and gas stations and everything that's essential, that those employees working at those facilities wear masks. Okay. I think that's just another step in following kind of the protocol a lot of organizations besides Orange County, LA County, and the state, trying to, again, protect everybody. Both the employees, obviously, but those that are going into those services being protected.
Right.
So with that, it goes back to our desire here in the village about when people go outside to wear masks. It's not mandatory, but it's highly recommended by us here at the village because it's working. We see it working. Our numbers are still low. We're still at 7.
Yeah.
But also it protects you and it protects other people that you could run into out there. I know there are people out there that say, well, I'm walking by myself. Well, in that case, you can be, as long as you're cautious about it and you're not wearing a mask in that situation, right, that probably is okay. But I think if for the best security for everybody, if you wear a mask, and there are some masks that make it pretty easy to breathe when you're out there walking.
Right.
But we understand that concern, but we just want to make it as kind of not mandatory, but as hard as a rule as we can so that people follow that and be successful in keeping the virus from coming into the community.
Well, exactly, and I hear you on the walking stuff because sometimes it is a little harder to breathe with that. But again, you know, if you're alone, you can have something nearby. So then, if there are people around, you could put it on to make yourself feel. I feel better when I have it on. When I'm at the grocery store, I definitely feel better.
Exactly. The second thing that the supervisors passed yesterday that we're going through. In fact, our staff is meeting right after this to look at the phasing in of opening up facilities again. And one of the things that they dialogued yesterday was putting together some rules with regards to opening up golf courses for recreational use. So we're going through those rules and see how we can implement them here and when we can implement here and how fast we can do that. So we'll be getting that information out to you as soon as possible.
Great.
Probably by Friday's show, for sure. We'll have detailed information.
Great.
Like I said, we're going to meet today and try to put those rules together and make sure can it work. Right. One of the things that we've heard, though, and we keep reading, is a lot of the guidelines for relaxing some of the rules may be one in which they're still encouraging people that are 65 and over to stay at home, that these rules will be for people that are not in that age bracket, just because the age bracket of 65 and over is the most at risk.
Right.
So we're still evaluating that. We're waiting to hear from the governor on whether or not they're going to separate these rules or if it's going to be one for all and all for one.
Well, yeah, good to know, because obviously our average age here is somewhere in the 70s, and so we certainly want to make sure those people are protected.
Correct.
Good,
yeah,
good.
Definitely.
All right, now in regards to the masks, you guys have a really great plan for everyone. So you want to tell me a little about your plan?
Sure. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to get a drink of water here, Paul will say. We have been working with the foundation and a number of groups who have been supplying us masks.
Right.
And so we have some masks that are like these medical masks here that have straps that we need to attach. So we're kind of still putting it together. But what we decided to do is work with our community. We're going to have volunteers help us put these masks together. We're going to put them in plastic envelopes so the people that get them are going to feel protected. So on one side, it's got information with regards to Laguna Woods grocery delivery. And on the other side, it's protecting us and how you can protect yourself by wearing the mask. So some information. And the masks go in there, and then we'll deliver that. So we're actually looking for individuals that would like to help assemble the masks with us, and then also delivery. So we're looking for any individual that wants to help us out in the area of putting these together or delivering to our community, going out door to door and delivering that. We would appreciate any assistance we can get.
Okay.
And if they want to help, they can go to info@lagunawoodsvillage.com,
Okay.
and we'll get their name and we'll get their input from them when they can do it, when they can help.
Okay.
And we're hoping, we're going to start distributing today, and we're hoping by Friday we'll have a big number distributed. We have over 20,000
I was
masks.
going to ask, wow.
And so we certainly can get 2 or 3 masks out to individuals. We know that a lot of the community already has masks.
Yeah.
So if you already have your mask, we obviously hope that you're not going to come asking that we can get these to the people
Right.
that don't have masks or
Right.
need them.
Right. Well, and then also with this particular mask, it's something you can use for a little while, but then how long do they last? Do we know?
Well, I don't know the specifics on this. There may be information on how you can clean them or the distribution of that.
Okay.
When it comes to the cloth masks that we're working with the foundation and the sewing clubs to put together, those are washable.
Okay.
And you can wash those, put them in the dryer, and reuse them on a
Okay.
constant basis.
Okay.
These are not as reusable. I think they are 1 or 2 times use at the most.
Okay.
But we'll get more information about that.
Right.
But I know that working with the cloth mask and the sewing club and the foundation, and by the way, the city, Chris Macon, their city manager, has stepped up and said, hey, if we can help buy material or get some other sewing machines out to the community. I know the foundation has bought some. They're still waiting for delivery on some of the sewing machines, as everybody is waiting for delivery.
Sure.
In this case. But we're excited at the fact that we have so many people in the village that want to help participate,
Yes.
and we're getting these masks out to everybody.
No, and that's great. And with 20,000, it's a great interim until someone could get a cloth mask. So that's
Yeah.
a really nice way to go. So thank you for doing that. Now, one thing that you mentioned is distributing through a number of resources, hopefully beginning today. You had mentioned it would be through the Garden Villa Association building captains, and where else? Then you're also looking at maybe Gate 11, Gates 9. How would you be able to do that?
Again, we're trying to limit the areas in which the distribution,
Right.
instead of having just at one clubhouse, everybody come.
Yeah.
So we're asking for volunteers in certain areas.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
And so, like in the club, Gate 11 Association is going to help out in that area.
Perfect.
And then the Garden Villas Association can help in their area.
Okay.
So when we get volunteers to come in, we're probably going to ask them to serve a certain area.
Okay.
And with regards to delivery,
Perfect.
if they can't deliver, they can help assemble. We'll make sure the delivery gets out there.
Okay, perfect. All right, good. And then there really hasn't been that many changes in the numbers for our area, thank goodness. But we do have questions. I mean, people want to know more specifics, and we just can't give more specifics because we don't have that information, right?
It's difficult, but I will tell anybody that they can go on the Orange County Health Agency's website, and they have the great coronavirus, and you've shown that a number of times. If you go on there, you can get all the specific information. I can tell you that the cases are still going up, although the numbers in the last 2 days have been pretty good in the sense of not a great big jump. It all has to do with testing.
Correct.
It's testing. Then those results come in, and they come in waves sometimes, as opposed to coming in on a regular basis. There was 33 new cases as of yesterday, and there are 29 deaths reported. That's an increase. And again, for those that know and follow the stats even more than I do, the testing, the information of how many people have it, and then the deaths, in the sense, unfortunately, are coming after the
Right.
fact. So you tend to see that curve go back up at a later date.
Right.
I think one of the things that is important is right now there are 54 intensive care units in intensive care. There's 148 cases in the hospitalization throughout the county. That's pretty good number in the sense compared to the amount of beds that they have. And that's really what flattening the curve was all about, was taking off the stress to the hospitals so
Exactly.
that they can address these people that get this virus
Right.
in a timely manner, and also allows them to address other people who are having other illnesses
Right.
at the same time without overloading the hospital program.
Exactly.
So we've been successful in that, I think, in
Yes,
Orange
I think
County.
we have. I mean, we have no numbers like what you see in other states. So
Right.
wonderful. Well, thank you very much for the information. Good luck with the distribution of the masks.
Yeah, well, and we'll talk to you on Friday, and we'll have more information about the golf course and other
Perfect.
activities.
I know a lot of people want to hear about that for sure. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
And remember, if you would like to participate in the assembly of or the distribution of the masks, please send an email to info@lagunawoodsvillage.com. We'll be right back.